Here's a strange sight if you watch my channel, a Ford tailgate. So, my buddy got married back in June. It's December. Kind of slow to getting around to getting these wedding presents going. I got some time off here at Christmas, so I thought I'd put some more time in on his present. He's a big Ford guy. I was trying to think of an interesting, unique way, something to give him for his wedding. I thought he's probably used to leaning against the tailgate and his wife drives a Chevy, so probably ought to get her used to leaning against when they break down. So I'm going to make him a bench with a Ford tailgate. Now, I've already done some work here. I've ground out a lot of there's a lot of Bondo. You can see there's some fiberglass still in there. I hit it pretty hard. I've welded up some of the spots. There's a whole bunch up here from where someone had some sort of rack. But right now, what I'm going to focus on is going to be cutting these out and welding in new patches, because it's a little chilly out here and inside the shed's a little bit warmer, but I don't want to use a grinder inside the shed because it throws sparks everywhere. So I'm going to get started. So here we go, cutting them out. Got that one. That trick is, I'm gonna get it back out. There we go. I'm gonna save it. I'll show you why. I think that's a local Mustang. That way he could spin his tires on dirt. Alright, let's cut this out. Got a lifetime supply of Baker bits. Alright, let me dump this out and we'll get it inside. So the easiest way I've found to make patch panels is find the rustiest piece of metal you can find. And then you can let's see, cut that off this end over here. What I like to do though, after that, is I just use the little template that I just cut out. Kind of leave a little bit of space. And I'll cut on the outside of the Sharpie line. That'll give me a good reference for the cut width of the blade. We're going to be a little shy on that corner, I reckon. Anyways, we'll get this cut out and see how it fits. Maybe we can even get it tacked in today. Well, it's close. Not perfect. What I'm going to have to do is tack it. Put a little bend in it to get it to bend down the way I want. I got a big gap there though, so that's going to be real fun. I really need to cut the bust down that edge so that way it doesn't smoke up the shed here. I might go ahead and put a little bit of curve on this. Pre-curve it a little bit here. Must have bent it straight, or it must have been beat in a little bit. Let's see. About there. Maybe about there and there. See if we get that bent in. Get that curve set a little bit. Get it tacked in. Then I can worry about rounding the bottom edge with a hammer. So here we are. I got a slight bend on that. Got everything kind of busted down. I got a huge gap over here around this. I did not cut that plate very good. But let's get it tacked in here. I can kind of push it down, see where I'm at. If I gotta throw a filler piece in, we'll see what happens. Well, if it looks dark, that's because it kind of is. My lights are right above me, so when I look down to weld, I can't see anything in my welding helmet. So, makes it a little interesting. So I end up just usually turning the lights off. Alright, so it's close. I got this corner a little tweaked. I think what I'm going to do is put a bead in here where I know it's lined up pretty close. Or I'm going to have to trim this out. Unless I can get lucky here, and probably not. Because I still got to work on the curvature down here. So let me keep going. Well, I got it quite a ways gone down here. Got a little warped off, but I can blend that a little bit. Again, the rest of the tailgate's got divots and stuff, and I don't think I'm going to work that out. I have an artistic license with this, so that's what I'm going to try to base that on, that theory on. So I'm going to continue on, see how. Well, there she is, a little warped, but it just adds to the character of it all. I mean, a little warped here, going for that rustic feeling. Got the other patch panel welded in. It's still hot. Kind of see it smoking a little bit still. I have to be on fire watch for 30-40. So this video is about 2 years, maybe a year later after I did all the work on this. It's been sitting outside, so it got really nice patina. I went ahead today and hit it with a DA, and then I put some gloss clear coat on it. That's actually the first coat. I think it turned out pretty good. I'm basically just doing mid-range up and then back around because no one's going to see the back. Working on the bench still. I got boards for that, and I got some really dark stain. I may change my mind on the stain depending on how it looks. But I need to put another coat on this, and hopefully I can find the material for this other video. Otherwise it's me just talking to myself and wasting time. So continuing on my tailgate bench, I found this plan online. I will give them credit for that. I guess I didn't save where I got it from, but I got it online. It was very simple to find, and they use 2x6 boards. I have a plethora of 2x8s. I'm hoping everything works out. We'll find out. I'm going to make one for myself, and of course in this video I'm making the one for my buddy for his wedding present, which is 2 years late now. Nonetheless, we're moving on about that. So it's got some interesting cuts. The plans actually are pretty good, and they tell you how to use everything. But I need to go ahead and lay everything out so I can make sure I got enough space. My little saw only does about 6 inches, so I'm gonna have to lay everything out definitely. That way I can make the cuts on the saw and make sure everything lines up. So I'm gonna put my earbuds in, and I'm gonna start laying stuff out. All right, I got my legs cut. I'm still missing the little corner piece, that fella here, but I guess I did get it from Rogue Engineer, but I didn't cut that in case I wanted to make one slightly longer to accommodate the 2-inch longer boards. So right now it's down to figuring out how I'm going to mount the tailgates to these before I cut the actual boards to sit on. And yeah, well, I won't need 2 of them because these are for the backs. I got the tailgate. So it's starting to get dark. I'm going to clean up and put everything up for today, and we will continue tomorrow. All right, so it's a little dark. Went ahead, got these pieces mounted in, got them cut today, so I can put the boards in. So the tailgates, the Ford one is 1.875 for the bushing, I guess you could call it, the pivot point, and the Chevys are like 1.650, so a little bit smaller. I don't have any stock that is that close. I have some 1.5 inches, so I'm going to run with that. I came up with this design, basically drew a circle, found center, ran a line through it the best I can, and then used a penny to kind of get me a nice radius for the outside edge. I'm going to go ahead, cut this out, trace it on my metal. I thought I would do it on here, but I decided to do it on a piece of note card. I'll trace it out, take it to work. I'll cut the material, probably weld it up there as well since I'm allowed to do that. And we'll bring it home and I'll have to pop some holes in it. But we should have the lower end taken care of. Now for the top, I was going to do some L brackets. Actually, originally I bought enough L brackets just to use L brackets on the back of the tailgate to the actual wood. But I think that's going to make it too heavy in the back and make it want to tip back. And I may actually have to cut the angle of the wood a little bit. I haven't decided yet, but I may actually end up doing that to kind of bring the center of gravity back. But that may be closer to the weekend kind of deal. So I'll just keep on trucking. I got these pieces made. They're kind of loose on the Ford tailgate, a little bit tighter in the Chevy. Nonetheless, I'll go get these popped in and we'll kind of see what happens. So hopefully I can get this video going before the roosters crow again. But I went ahead, already put a coat of this on there. I figured I'd do it with the stain and poly, just for the fact that it would be a little bit quicker for me. It's turning out all right. A little bit of learning curve on my part. So I don't blame the finish itself for how it looks. It's mostly me. So I'm going to go ahead, flip these over, put the second coat on the back side, and hopefully we'll be ready to put it together. I did go ahead and fabricate some triangle pieces because I had bought some stainless steel ones and they were like under 1/8 of an inch, and I thought that tailgate's going to push that and bend it. So I made these out of, I think they're 3/16. They're pretty stout, so we'll get ready to put those on after I get everything coated. Well, I managed to get it together finally, the tailgate, after a couple years. It turned out okay. There's some things I don't like about it, but all in all, it didn't turn out too bad. Take a look at the back. So I added in these stiffeners and they seem to work pretty good. I don't think I got the cuts quite right on the bottom, but it works. It's a bench, outside bench, so yeah, these really helped tie in everything and it stiffened everything up because there's no lateral movement now. So anyways, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.